Hey guys, my name is Isaac. This is Luke. And welcome back to the Roatan Island podcast. Today's guest, Mr. Brandon Norman.
What's up?
He is one of the, can we say co-founders
Yep.
of Roatan
Seaside Divers.
Seaside Divers. All right.
Isaac, guys, he got certified with these guys, by the way, and he can't remember their names.
Well, I want to give him a chance to, say it right. But yeah, so Mr. Brandon, how did you get into diving?
I would say pretty much most of us here on the island, we grew up in the water. It was kind of hard not to get into diving. Most of us, I would say most of our parents around here was a little tedious, a little tough against getting us into the water for diving. All of the fear of us not coming back.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, I still remember the first night I told mom my aunt that I would go in. They got certified. Oh, no, you're gonna die, you're gonna catch the bands.
No, every time you go dive, she still asks.
Yeah,
she still does.
Me to take care of you.
Oh yeah, every single time.
Or send Lala with us.
Yeah, she always wants to send someone. Like if that can do much to help, I guess. I don't know. So there's 4 of you guys.
Yep.
Started the Roatan Seaside Divers shop. You got Kalen, who is also known as Preston. So if him or I call him Preston or Kalen, we're talking about the one person. Same guy. Brandon, you, and Garrick, and Herbert.
Right. Slash Herbito.
If you know him as Herbito, that's what we're going to call him, Herbito. So just so you guys know, it's 4 of them. If we talk about either of those guys, that's what we're talking about. These guys is one of the handful of locally owned and locally ran dive shops here in the island out of hundreds, maybe.
Hundreds, yeah, I would say a few hundred here on between the Bay Islands, at least, for sure.
A lot. So what's like, all right, so we talked about what got you into diving. What made you guys want to open your own dive shop all together? Like, was it locals, like we want to get locals out there, like
I want to say biggest thing was us 4. We've been working together for ever. Snorkeling, tours, all that stuff. But we always had a plan of let's do some sort of business together. And one day just came to us that all the dive shops, what was local dive shops on this island, slowly going away bit by bit. Now they're not owned by locals. Someone bought them out.
No.
They're not ran by locals anymore. And we say, it's time for it to get back to what it was. Local dive shop ran by local guys. Who knows the reef better than us out there?
Yep, that's for sure.
Yeah. How many for how long have you guys been working that?
Story for the start of our shop, 2019. It was 2 months before COVID. We bought everything, got everything ready, got our first few divers come through. COVID happened.
Great timing.
Yep. We always say, it was great timing, and in all honesty, 60% more expensive for just about everything that we have there now. So we save a little bit of money.
I was gonna say y'all saved on like gear and stuff because of COVID. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and we probably wasn't gonna have the money if we had decided to let's open it now that cruise ships are coming around again and stuff.
And the problem at the time either.
Yeah,
the time was like
most of us we didn't work 18 months somewhere around that.
Oh yeah, that was a very beautiful time on this island, guys. Nope, the sarcasm.
Yeah. So you've been diving for a few years as well. What would you say is probably one of your more memorable dives? I know you've had a lot of really nice dives, but which one would you consider your favorite?
It's tough to choose a favorite. Every dive has something special. I'm not big into let's go to the shark dive. I've done it. To me, it's all about not knowing what you're gonna see on your next dive.
I gotcha. So like at the shark dive, you're going to see sharks.
You're going to see sharks.
Yeah. But this is a normal fun dive. If you see a shark, is like 10 times better.
Yeah. And And but I always say, I mean, every dive is a good dive. Every dive, I mean, every time you're under the water is a good time. But one of the best has been at Mary's Place, and then up on the dive at the end of the dive, a pod of dolphins greeted us. I mean, it was already a great dive, great visibility, tons of marine life, and ended with a pod of dolphins greeting us at the end of the dive and following us into the harbor.
So for y'all that don't know, or for y'all who are watching this for the first time before y'all even come to the island and want to see some dive sites and stuff, Mary's Place is definitely one of the most famous dive sites probably in the whole Caribbean.
It's world known.
It's world known. You can Google Mary's Place and it comes up. Everywhere. I mean, there's tons of photos of Mary's Place.
Yeah.
I've had the privilege of doing Mary's Place once with these guys. I haven't been back just yet because I just got certified a year and a half ago, probably almost 2 years now. Growing up here for me personally, and I think I kind of speak the same story for Isaac too, I guess, because we told you guys we grew up together, but we kind of didn't feel the need to get scuba certified, really, because we were already doing our little version of free diving. We were having fun snorkeling whenever we wanted to, and it was free.
A lot of us was diving, not being certified for a long time. We knew things, but we weren't professionals.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that we are. Well, you guys are professionals now. Him and I are both certified. We So I feel like there's been a lot, and you can kind of help me out with this. Do you think there's been a lot more locals getting certified like here recently?
Oh yeah,
especially in our area, right?
A ton more. Our goal is to certify the entire community at one point.
That was going to be hard in the New French Cay.
A lot of the local guys all have been coming around and seeing what we're doing, and getting interested in it.
Yeah.
And so we have an idea that we want to sponsor like one local a year at minimum. Someone out of the community, mainly because they are the ones who got our back. So we want to start off with them and then hopefully expand, get more locals into it.
Can you first sponsor me, Mumbayan?
I would love to get her on the
water. I'd love to see that.
That would be absolutely insane. Let's just see Mumbayan in the water.
She ain't going deeper than knee deep.
It's crazy. It's crazy because she actually does like the water.
Yeah, no, I see. She's out there.
Not a fan of sharks, though.
Actually, during COVID, every weekend.
Yeah, exactly. During COVID,
whitewater.
Every weekend there was mango season. My mom was going to the whitewater with her bucket of mangoes, throwing them in the water.
She just
and
needed
then diving them up.
Somebody to drive the barge. That's
it. That's it. I cannot tell you. Oh my gosh! If y'all is watching this and y'all was on the barge with my mother during COVID, y'all owe me a thank you because I used to wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning during COVID to take these bunch of ladies out to just go bathe in the sea in the morning.
During COVID was honestly probably the most fun dives we did. So we would drive past every evening and find them out there. Just chilling in whitewater.
We and well, guys, the whitewater is it's the east side of Little French Cay. It's a big old sandbar.
3 to 4 foot sand bed.
One of the greatest places there is to night snorkel on the whole island. I mean, octopus, lobsters, stingrays. It's amazing.
Chest deep most of the time.
Yep. So it's super easy, especially for anyone that's beginning. I've actually taught a few people to swim out there. I'm sure you guys have done something around the same lines. Y'all probably did a few dive.
We usually do a lot of our weight checks and getting boys to get together, and a lot of the training, like shallow water training.
Yeah, that's until you can buy a pool. You can make a pool, right?
We got the biggest pool.
Yeah, they got a backdoor pool. They got the biggest pool in the world.
You guys must get a lot of foreigners as well come by and get certified on a.
We've had a lot of foreigners staying here, started to come into the shop. We've had foreigners that have been going on a cruise ship, different stops. Like they'll do part of their course at this this port, then they'll finish off at us, and
That's cool.
That's
a,
pretty
a
cool.
lot of them starting up there and on one cruise stop finishing the last bit of their certification. So maybe the referral business is pretty big in diving industry.
For folks who've never dived before or folks that want to try it out, what would you like, say to them and saying like how to convince them to say it's a fun thing to do or something? Because I know some people are always very like
hesitant.
hesitant
some
about
people are
trying it out.
hesitant.
I know
Some
I
people like
was.
Mambayan.
Yeah.
Some people like Mambayan. What
Yeah.
would you say to Mambayan to help convince her to go scuba diving?
And we tell her for Mamayan, we would how to take you, say you ain't coming back,
Yeah, something around them lines.
for her to get in there and
Oh,
go
yeah.
in.
We're holding him for ransom.
Yeah.
No, but diving isn't for everyone. I'm gonna be straightforward with it. It ain't for everyone. You're claustrophobic, don't do it. Because we've had people claustrophobic, they can't even put on a mask. They're
Oh, wow.
panicking. It's you like the water, you comfortable in the water. Try it before you decide on going straight into certification. That's the reason why we have Try Scuba or Patty Discover Scuba. You can try it, figure it out. If you like it, and you can move forward. It counts toward your certification, so you're not wasting any money. It's a good way to start. But the underwater is the most relaxing place in the world.
That's for sure. Especially in me and Isaac everyday life, we constantly in a very loud place
Yep,
all
it's
the time.
quietest place in the world.
And like one of the best feelings ever is just the minute your ears go underwater and you just go straight into silence.
Yeah,
And you hear the parrotfish nibbling on the coral,
reef cracking.
the reef crack, and you hear a boat go every now and then. That's literally one of the best things ever.
So
It's just so quiet.
It is a soothing, relaxing place. That's one of my favorite parts about it. That's why I like to do it. You go out there, relax at the end of the day. Sometimes we dive for work and we dive for fun. So it's a nice place.
So and if you guys watched our episode last week, you'll hear Jericho talking about how the islands Utila, Roatan, Guanaja were all remnants of a volcanic ridge. So especially where we dive is a drop off. So I mean, you go from 20 to 30, 40 feet down to
most of our top reef is 20, 30, 15, and we have instant drop offs of 100, 200, 300. All depends on location.
So I like to compare diving to like zero gravity hiking, basically. Like I think that's really cool,
Just going down the hill.
Yeah, just zero gravity hiking down and zero gravity hiking right back up. It's amazing. Amazing. So we can kind of, again, I know plenty of you guys watching this podcast already know this info or have probably even already heard this from me. But I personally like to split the island in 3 different sections. You have the west side of the island, West Bay, West End, Sandy Bay, Flowers Bay, Coxswain Hole. You have the middle of the island, the Los Fuertes, French Cay, French Harbor, First Bite area. Yeah. And then you have the east side, Jonesville, Oak Ridge, Punta Gorda. That's the east side. Yep. So that's how I kind of separate the island, 3 different sections. You guys are located right in the middle of the island in French Cay. Give me a few sites in kind of like the middle that you would say is like, top sites. We talked about Mary's Place already.
Yep.
That's amazing.
5 minutes away from our location, our shop. But if you're on the south side, you can't miss. Mary's Place, 40-foot point, Prince Albert Shipwreck, which is a amazing dive site, daytime, nighttime, doesn't matter when you do it. You got Mr. Bud's Shipwreck, that is right here also, Valley of the Kings. They're all 2-3 minutes away from our location, and grateful for that because we don't have to go far.
Yep. You don't got to spend a whole lot of gas.
You got a lot of people that they get on the boat and they're like, how far away do we have to go? We get seasick.
Yep. That is. I've had that issue with me and snorkelers actually. I'll be like, how far is the boat ride? I'm like, well, it's about 5 minutes.
Right around the corner.
It's like right there.
Hop and skip away. Yeah. But, well, moving on from that subject and the diving itself, what would you say are the challenges of running a dive shop?
You know, I want to say a lot of the challenges is just getting business to come through. Uh, all four of us, we work multiple jobs. I mean, all in tourism. So we do take turns on who's there. So we are the employees. We are owners, employees, everything. So we have a privilege, I guess. We're not just business owners. We like to do what we have as a business. So that is one plus that we have that I'm pretty sure a lot of shops didn't have. Um, but location is a big challenge for us. We don't have walk-in divers every day, so we have to market ourselves the right way, get out there and show us, work on getting good reviews to keep us going.
Yep.
And all these other shops, especially in the West End area, there's resort hotels after hotel after hotel. They're bound to have someone walking.
Oh yeah. As long as it's open, there's bound to have someone walking by and seeing it. No, that is a issue that our businesses up here in the middle of the island kind of faces. We don't have the traffic.
French Cay has grown
a lot.
We got a lot of traffic coming in. Unfortunately, most of the traffic is one-day traffic.
Yeah, cruise shipper.
Per cruise shipper.
Yeah.
So we don't have those. Oh, this is a shop down the road. We'll check it out tomorrow type business.
Exactly. They've done the cruise ship. They ain't checking nothing out tomorrow.
What they got scheduled is what they got.
Yeah. So we get a little bit more about your shop and stuff. All right. So I want to hear a little bit more about like the safety of your shop. Like, what safety tips can you give like new divers? How do you guys handle safety? What stuff? What protocols do you guys follow specifically in terms of diver safety?
Number one thing I always say is you need to always check your gear before going in the water. Especially, we get a lot of people that they bring their own gear, but then we get a lot of people that use our gear. Our gear, we check it, we make sure everything's good. That doesn't mean you don't have to check it.
Yeah, because 2 eyes is better. Well, 2 pairs of eyes is better than one.
Yep, it's a first assessment, and just always check your gear and make sure everything's working properly. To check your air. But underwater, I always say 2 rules: don't go up too fast, keep breathing.
Yep.
Follow whoever's in your dive master in the water. Keep the buddy system. It's simple but easy to mess up.
I got you. So while you guys are diving, let's say like, all right, if you guys encounter a diver who has issue, I don't know, maybe his buoyancy or something, you guys have a dive guide, or it was more commonly known as a dive master with your divers always. You guys don't ever do, okay, just here's the gear, go here.
No, it's too unsafe, at least for most people. A lot of people, it's their first second dive after being certified. That's going to be probably your more common person, just about, at least off of the cruise ships. Now, once you get people staying locally, they're here for a reason.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier when we were getting everything ready that you're taking care of a couple right now.
They've been excellent divers.
That's what makes my part of, like, that's what makes me a little jealous of Brandon. Is like at this point when he gets a couple, so I'm not one of it's a small group. You guys have basically been diving them all week long, so they're ready. They know friends. How to dive. They're friends, and at this point, you're just having fun.
Yeah, these are fun dives for us. We do have a motto. It's always been that way. We want to make everyone feel like family when they leave. And I mean, it's since COVID ended and things got back to normal, we already seen a ton of return customers. And so, I mean, it's working, but yeah, I mean, couple this week that has been diving with us every day. They work with what times work best for them or what times work best for us that they can be just them. And, it's part of our work ethic is keeping things small, but continue to grow at the same time, so we don't like big groups. We don't want,
Florida divers. And
we don't want to be herding cattle.
Yeah. No, I can
And-
see that being chaotic.
And I think our guests enjoy that as well. They like being, hey, it's only 2 of us today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only 4, 5, 6 divers today. It's nice.
I'm trying to remember the biggest group of divers I've ever been on with you. I think it was all of us, just us friends. It was no actual client. It was just us.
I think
like a
it
fun
was
diving.
that time that it was me, Chris, Bruce, you.
Yeah,
I think that was the most.
Garrick,
Garrett.
there was a few of us. Bree.
Preston, was he there?
Yeah.
No,
I think-
he wasn't there.
He wasn't there. No, he
He
wasn't. He was
Y-
working.
Yeah, he was there.
No, yeah, he was there.
He was there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. He found the seahorse.
Yeah.
Him and
Yeah,
Bruce, like
we
right
were-
away.
We're separated in like 3 groups.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
But,
quite a
But
few.
we
of
all
us.
knew what
We did 2
what
dives
were
that day too.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did the
we
Prince
did 2
Albert.
dives.
Prince Albert. And
So okay, so let's talk a little bit more about dive sites because I feel like we didn't do enough of that because this side of the island like is so underrated, I guess, in terms of diving. I guess this is kind of a question for all of us. If we had to name like our top 3 dive sites here in this area, ISO, and you can feel free to repeat the same ones if it's the same ones. But for me personally, it would be probably my absolute favorite dive site in this area would probably be the Prince Albert. I love the Prince Albert because if any of you guys watching this podcast has ever dove with me, you'll know that whenever I'm diving, I try and find like the tiniest shrimp or arrowhead crab or letterback sea slug or
That's when you moved up from being an amateur.
that. Thank you. That was a compliment. Look, I'm blushing. So it'd be like, okay, Prince Albert number 1. I would probably say the diving between Newman's Wall to 40-foot Point is always going to be a top 3 for me. So
Yeah,
I would
it's-
put that as number 2.
I feel like that. I mean, the site 40-foot Point in general.
It's awesome.
It's if you're looking for nice top reef, you're gonna see
Yeah.
nice top reef.
Yeah.
If you want to see a lot of fish, you're gonna see a lot of fish.
Oh yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember my first time going with y'all over there. I was down at 60 feet, which at the time was my max, and there was still fish like all the way down. Wait a minute. I think I see something.
And we got some.
I smell something. Wait a minute.
We got some.
We got some treats, y'all. Wait a minute. I needed this bag. They're like, oh wait, let me get some. And also getting back to it. So I would say Prince Albert, 40-foot Point, and then probably Mary's Place or Mr. Bud. I'm kind of in between on 2 of them. Oh my
We
lord.
got some breadfruit.
So hot. So for me, because when I got certified, for those that just giving you guys a little bit of context, so I got certified with my younger brother. So the whole time I was diving, I was kind of like not really focusing too much on the dive, and I was kind of focusing a little bit more on him, making sure he was okay. But our very last dive for our certification was on 44 Point, and it was so sick. And we saw
We-
this humongous barracuda.
Since we were out there today, and probably seeing about Creole wrasse. There's always about 2,000 of them or more.
Minimum.
There was a bunch that day too.
You got big snappers, groupers. You got a little bit of everything on that site. We usually see a green sea turtle that hangs around at the mooring line. There's a seahorse here and there that moves around, usually close to a plaque that is down there of a diver that passed away a pretty long time ago now. But they put a plaque out there for him. He likes to hang right around that. So We kind of nicknamed him after the guy Tino.
But what, Tino?
Yeah.
That's a cool name. So, all right, so Iso, give me your top 3 dive sites you've done with
Okay,
Brandon.
so for sure, 44 Point is gonna be number one. I love Prince Albert. Second, and then I don't know the name of the place, but it's some place over on the west side, on West Bay. I think it's like right off of the point. I don't know what it's called. Probably Brandon knows what name.
Maybe Texas.
Maybe Texas.
Yeah.
Texas
So
is like one of the
Texas
most famous
was really
ones on
nice.
West Bay.
That was a really nice dive. We saw a lot that dive.
All right, Brandy, tell me your top 3.
Top 3. In Valley of the Kings definitely has to be in that. But again, Valley of the Kings kind of makes the mix into 40-foot point as well. So I'm going to use 40-foot point because it's in between Newman's Wall and Valley of the Kings. So a lot of times we do it. We got a habit of mixing 2 sites in one dive. So we'll start off at one, end at the other, do a drift dive. So I'm going to put it at 40-foot point as probably one of my top sites for sure. Mary's Place is just another world. You know, you going through 80-foot tall cracks in the wall of the reef. You know, it's always a different experience.
Oh yeah, I've only done it once, but it was amazing. I mean,
I would say Prince Albert is going to be always on my list. And we see a lot of eagle rays that love to hang around right around the wreck. So, and it's and Prince Albert, it isn't just a wreck. So everyone knows, you know, we got the Cocoa Wall right next to it, and so we start off at the wreck and end on or go out to the wall, end at the wreck.
I'm sorry, let me finish chilling. All right, so a little bit more about Prince Albert because literally that was in each one of our top 3. The Prince Albert isn't technically a shipwreck, but it's a sunken ship, same as Mr. Bud, right?
Yeah. So our wrecks have been purposely put there, but Prince Albert's been there before all of us.
Yeah.
So I mean, the only story I have behind it is, well, it used to be a refugee ship.
Oh wow!
It used to bring refugees from Nicaragua to
Honduras.
Wow! It was not named Prince Albert. It was named after Mr. Albert, which owned Fantasy Island and the nice big mansion on the top of the hill that oversees it. And he bought it. And it was a deal between like Fantasy Island and Cocoa View of sinking this ship, but apparently that was not the destination for the ship. It ended up there because it started to sink before.
Oh, so I guess they bought it already kind of messed up then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And well, I wouldn't say it was because of that. It's more because they prepped it to be sank.
Okay.
So it had the hatches cut out on the deck, all that stuff, make sure there's no fuel waste and stuff. So on its way out, it got taken in water. They cut it loose and couldn't have been in a better spot.
No, literally, it like that ship was like, I mean, just perfectly. It looked like it was perfectly
right
put
in
there
one of the channels,
and it's like right smack in the
reef
middle.
wall to the west, reef wall to the east.
It did not touch not one piece of coral on its way down at all. Literally, that one was amazing. The Mr. Bud was a little bit different, I think.
Yeah,
because you can see either that or I guess coral probably grew around it, I'm sure, but Mr. Bud kind of
it's on the sand bed majority of it, but it did come up a little bit on the reef right before the drop off.
So all right, Mr. Bud. Whenever you say Mr. Bud to me, I don't know if you've ever done Mr. Bud or not with me at least.
I've like to do it in the near future.
It's really cool. Actually, how 2 stories about Mr. Bud. This one time we were diving, and Kale and Preston, this dude is and he's gonna be on this podcast at some point, guys. This dude's amazing at finding like the literal like. I mean, sometimes I don't even see what he's pointing at, and then later on,
I think he's lying sometimes.
I think he lies too. But the issue is no, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
There's a
He's just
unicorn right
messing.
there.
There's a unicorn. But the thing is he'll be like pointing at something, and then he'll like show me the picture afterwards and be like, "That's what we're looking at. It was like this big," and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I didn't see that." But and I'll see if I can get him to bring that photo, guys, whenever he does come on the podcast with us. On the Mr. Bud, certain times of the year, you have a bunch of these Sergeant Major eggs, and so it's just like one whole side of it would be purple and just
laying ground
beautiful.
for him.
So that's super cool. I would love to see if we could time it and maybe do a dive where they're like just hatching or something and they're still hanging out around the ship. That would be amazing.
Speaking of something like that, one thing I want to do is, in the coral spawns. So I think it's usually around August time. Happens more at nighttime. And a lot of people follow it. They want to know. They keep checking every night, make sure, okay, not happening tonight. But a lot of people go out there and you actually see the polyps coming out of the coral. That's something I haven't ever experienced, but definitely want to do that.
Well,
Hopefully
this
this
you have
year.
my number. I don't care what time it is. Just call me. It could be like 12 o'clock at night.
Maybe might be a few nights, but
That's just call me. You got my number. Literally.
Yeah, we could go diving every night for my part.
You ever done a night diver?
No, I need to do low visibility or a night dive to get at my advance. So soon, hopefully.
Speaking of certifications, I heard you're planning on moving up to
Dive
DM.
master. All the way. Yes, sir. We're going to go all the way up. I don't. Do you ever plan to work as a dive master? Probably not.
Yeah, we can give you a job once in a while.
Oh, there you go.
A weekend of diving.
There you go.
Work for free.
I wouldn't mind. I think like my dream job, to be honest with you, is like underwater photographer, diver, master. I don't know. Just what's it called now? Like a master diver.
Yeah.
Where you have like several certifications on there.
Yeah, so you got two branches. You got dive master, master diver.
Okay.
Master diver just basically covers all the specialties.
Okay. So yeah, that would be cool to have under my belt. Like yeah. I would like that.
And dive master is more based on, you have the essential specialties, but you're more towards being a guide in the water. Show people. And
like I imagine that's the specialty you'll get if you want to work as a dive master, like as a dive guide.
Yeah, you usually take that branch, but most dive masters become master divers as well.
Eventually,
especially if you're going into instructor level, then you're gonna take more of those specialties, and a lot of the specialties you already do probably on an average dive.
Probably,
but you get the certification for it. So that's one more under the belt.
One more under the belt. One more thing under the belt, I saw.
Yeah,
we need a bigger belt at this point, buddy. All right, guys. So yeah. If you guys don't know what this is,
we call them
friends.
We call them breadfruit.
This is God's gift to man.
Well, let's be specific. This is fried breadfruit today.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
Goes good with
a local delicacy.
Whole fried fish.
Whole fried fish, a little bit of lime. Oh my goodness.
Fried hog.
Don't say those names, bro. Don't say those words. Oh yeah, look at that. We got food right behind us right now. It's making me more and more hungry. You hungry, Brandy? You hungry? We all hungry. Anyhow, guys, so getting off topic here. Let's go back to diving. All right, so a few memorable encounters with marine life. Like I know you've had some issues with an eel in the past.
I think a few of us had Preston too.
Yeah. I've watched one with Preston, guys. That was funny. That was really, really funny.
I think we might have a picture of that same eel. For lack of words, he's not a nice guy.
He's trying to keep it PG for our podcast, guys. That's why he's saying it that way.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't blame him. I'm pretty sure he sees a lot of people or smells a lot of people heading out and killing lionfish and get the smell. So when he has a blurry image of us. I mean, they're partially blind. So
let's talk a little bit, and sorry to interrupt you. Let's talk a little bit about lionfish specifically, since you brought that up. And this is for like all the newbies that are watching us, trying to learn about our reef and stuff. Lionfish, and friend or foe?
foe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Foe.
Invasive species. We don't want them.
We don't want them.
We'll eat them.
We want to eat them. Yeah, we want to eat them, but we don't want them.
But yeah, it's invasive species. We have no actual predator. Some people say, oh, the groupers are eating them. They're eating dead ones. They're not normally hunting for them. That's because we're killing them, and they say, easy food.
I heard for a time that there was it the tiger sharks?
Oh, tiger sharks eat everything, but
there's not enough tiger sharks around. So.
No, I've seen less than a handful of tiger sharks. But yeah, not a friendly guy, not a good guy to the reef. They eat all the reef cleaners, so all the the parrotfish, aka squab, local name for it. They eat all those guys. They're not healthy for our reef. So we put a hurting on them when they first started showing up. We would go out there. This is without tanks, just free diving. Get 200 of them in a few hours. Now